With us here today, we've got Amanda Lee Coffee, new business here in town. We've got Gabe and Brenda here to tell us a little bit about their story and their business. So without further ado, you're up.
No, it's out by Deer Light.
I don't know if I'll take 20 minutes.
That's all right.
That's a long one. But first of all, thanks again for having us. I'm Gabe. This is my wife, Brenda. We own Amanda Lee Coffee here in Hicksville. If you don't know where Amanda Lee Coffee is, we're down at the end of High Street, across from the school, in the old Rose Brock garage, which was the old Napa before that, right? A couple other things. But I'm sure you all remember the old Rose Brock garage. A little history about us. We started Amanda Lee Coffee in 2015. I come from a print background, and my wife, Brenda, is an accountant. So coffee to us was pretty new, brand new for us. But we wanted to do something different. We initially started with a mobile coffee truck. We had this crazy idea, I had this crazy idea, that it would be fun to build a mobile coffee truck and drive it around on the weekends and serve coffee. And for some reason in my head, I had this vision of being on the beach and doing it. There's no beaches around here to do that. And we modeled it off a truck we actually found out in California. And so I went searching for the truck, and I actually found the exact truck we wanted. It's an old mail truck, not the Jeep style, but the old mail van carrier. And we found it, and it took me a year to build it. And we actually have videos on YouTube and on our social media, the build out of that. It was quite a project, but that's how we started. And we grew that. The first year, it was rough. It was real rough getting that going. We didn't know what we were doing. Again, coming from a print background, and she was an accountant. We had never done much of the service industry, let alone the mobile service industry. But we went after it, and it kind of caught fire. We started doing the farmers market, based in Fort Wayne. We're based in Fort Wayne, and we just one event after another started building the business and getting our name out there. Thanks to social media and technology, it was a lot easier to advertise and to kind of bootstrap the whole thing without a whole lot of money. A year in, we bought a second trailer, and about that time, our good friend Justin Kuhn, everybody knows Justin in this town, right? He reached out to a friend of mine and asked if we wanted to bring our trailer to Hicksville, Ohio to test the market for a coffee shop. He had a dream of building a coffee shop on the property across from the school, and if anybody follows social media, that was a year of back and forth. A lot of animosity was created, and I didn't know Justin from Joe, but I got to know Justin pretty well during that time. We brought the trailer over, and it, again, caught fire. It just surprised us. We fell in love with all the people here. They showed us so much love with the business, and we thought, yeah, this is a good thing, let's do it. Well, the coffee shop itself ended up falling through, and he couldn't build it. And so we were going to go back to the mobile game, keep doing our thing with the mobile. And about that time, we got an offer from the Fremont Outlet Mall over in Indiana to come build a shop over there. And we eventually said yes, because we didn't think anything was going to happen in Hicksville. We were very disappointed in that. So we did. We got that one going. And lo and behold, 2 months after that, somebody came back to us and said, hey, we want you to come back to Hicksville. We have a building. Okay, cool. We'll do it. We'll do both. Well, that was the Haver building, which now houses a different coffee shop. But we were originally going to go into that space in Hicksville. We wanted to be back here. We wanted to be in Hicksville. Well, that took way too long to build out. And again, Justin Kuhn came to me and he said, let's put something in Sherwood. I can build you a drive-through in Sherwood. Because the whole idea was to have a drive-through in Hicksville. We could not find a building to do a drive-through. There was just no space available to do a drive-through. So we were going to settle for the Haver building. So we ended up going to Sherwood. If you guys are familiar with that, we had a drive-through in Sherwood for about a year and a half. And a year into that, the Rose Brocks came to us and asked us if we wanted to build a drive-through in the old Rose Brock garage. And we jumped on it. And we said yes. And that was that was 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, coming up in like June. And again, that took a whole another 9-10 months to build out. Finally got it open in May. And now we've been here since May, and we've been just showered with love over there. We are so happy that we're finally in Hicksville. We shut the Sherwood store down. We noticed after we got the Hicksville one running that about a third of our business was the actual Hicksville residents coming over to Sherwood. So that business dropped off in Sherwood, and Hicksville just went through the roof. And we've been pleasantly surprised. It just keeps getting busier and busier. If you've ever been there, anyone ever been? A couple of you, yeah. You'll notice that our staff, our girls that work over there, are extremely friendly. Our whole goal with the coffee business is not only to serve a good cup of coffee, but to brighten someone's day. To have someone come in, and if they're down, or they're just, it's a Monday or whatever, we want them to leave not only with a cup of happiness, but a little bit of happiness from our staff too. We're 1,000% service oriented. We're more about the service side than the actual product side. A lot of people will maybe argue with me about that because they like our coffee. But I want everyone, and both of us, our whole team wants everyone to see us as somebody or a company that wants to be here for the community, not just here to have a business and make money. We want to be a part of the community, and as far as money and financials, have it revolve around the community. We get a lot of our products from Tri-State Area, so we want to keep our money that's coming in local, so it just, it's revolving. And so that's our vision for Hicksville currently. Looking forward, right now we only have the drive-through. The rest of the building is still a garage, and we've had one heck of a time cleaning up. I think it was built in '46 as a garage. So that's a long time of doing service work with cars. And so we've had a lot of cleanup in there. But our plan is to expand into the garage with seating areas. And everybody familiar with Fat Pig Barbecue, the barbecue trailer? Okay, so he's taking the space on the other end. And we want to share the middle part as common seating. And so we have a cafe on one side and food on the other. And we have this joint venture with the whole building. And we also have, Dairy Delight next door to us. So that end of town should draw some attention, and people come out there, and we have more to offer for the town of Hicksville. So that's our plan moving forward. And that's about it. But I'm sure I left a whole lot of gaps in the story.
Do you still have a place in Sherwood?
No, we closed that one. We closed that one about 2 months after we opened Hicksville. Yeah, it was tough because all of our staff was from Hicksville, and they were driving out there, and I think Sherwood's like 800 people, is the town of Sherwood. But the business was good because it was a crossroad. But it was hard to staff anybody local. So we just decided that Hicksville was what we were going to focus on. Now, we do still have our Fremont store. So we said, 2 is enough. And Mr. Countryman knows we have 2 boys in school. And it can be tough having kids and trying to run a business.
How do you find time to make 800 and some shirts in the next 2 weeks?
Don't talk about that.
We've got
Where
it.
do you do that at?
We still have a print shop. Yeah, it's available to me. Plus, we have partners that I have partnered with over the years. And so a job like that, we actually use one of our partner companies. Now, the original ones that I did, I did those myself.
Yeah.
I still have all my equipment. So, yeah.
I should have said that. That is a secret, everybody.
That's a secret. Remember I said we came from the print industry. I don't want to be in the print industry. Yes, sir.
Did you say you're natives of Fort Wayne, or what did you say?
Well, she's from Bryan. My wife's from Bryan. I'm originally from Warsaw, Indiana. But we lived in Fort Wayne for, how long have we been married?
We've
Our
been married
anniversary's
15.
coming up. 15, yeah. So 14 years. We just got over to Hicksville this year. Yeah, so, and we're still looking for a house. We have a rental right now, so.
In Hicksville?
Well, or the surrounding area, yes. You know a good realtor.
I don't want a good one, but I
What's your hours?
Monday and Tuesday we're open 7 to 2, and then Wednesday through Friday 7 to 5, and Saturdays 8 to 1:30. We experimented this past couple weeks with going till 5 on Mondays and Tuesdays because we had all the college girls home to work, and it worked really well. But we're short-staffed, so we just do till 2 o'clock Mondays and Tuesdays.
So you just do coffee there? Is that, I've never been there.
So I left a lot of gaps, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yep.
So no, we originally started with just coffee. Yeah. Well, actually, it's always a running joke. When we first started the coffee truck, we had a little Mr. Coffee Maker. I have a picture of it. It's hilarious, actually.
You had a truck and a Mr. Coffee?
Mr. Coffee and hot chocolate and donuts. So coffee and donuts was our first original, like, oh, everybody wants coffee and donuts. And then we realized that nobody wants coffee and donuts. At least they don't want coffee and donuts out of a mobile truck. So we moved into like specialty coffee with espresso and lattes, and we've just grown our menu over the years. So now we do, we just started breakfast sandwiches, so now we do a full line of breakfast sandwiches. We have a couple of lunch options, but not many. We're waiting for our seating area to be built, and then we can really expand the menu. But right now, since we're drive-through, everything has to be fast, or as fast as possible. So we do specialty coffee, like anything you find at Starbucks, and pastries. Our pastries are really good. They are. Well, I don't bake them, that's why I can say that.
Can I use my Starbucks card when I come?
You absolutely can.
We'll switch you out.
Yeah. We'll just give you one of ours.
I've been into your Sherwood 6 or 8 times when it was open.
Oh, you have? You were?
Yeah, I have meetings and things like that, so that was a nice place.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we miss it. We like that shop. Yeah. I forgot to ask, or tell you guys, because nobody asked, where the name comes from. I usually lead with that, but I've told the story so many times, sometimes I forget. So her name is not Amanda, her name is Brenda. And all of our girls that work there, they always get the question when people walk in, oh, are you Amanda? Is Amanda here? And Amanda is not here. Well, I guess she is, but physically she's not. The name came from, when we were coming up with a name for the company, we didn't know what to do. And so my sister, Amanda, I come from a family of 7 children, and my sister Amanda was killed in a car accident in 1997. And she was gonna be a senior in high school. It was very tragic, but we wanted to do something where we could remember her. And so we named it after her, Amanda Lee Meerzo was her name. So we named it after her, and her favorite animal was always the giraffe. And so we incorporated the giraffe into our logo, and that's what you see. It's a giraffe head with coffee beans, made out of coffee beans. And that's why we use the giraffe, and it's named after my sister. So.
Yes,
What
sir.
are your breakfast sandwiches?
Turk's hungry.
We do, we have 4 different breads, a croissant, a sourdough bread, English muffin, and, bagel. And then we egg cheese and bacon, egg cheese and sausage. So like McDonald's on steroids. Not really steroids, but the flavor's gonna be much better. Well, we like to think so anyway. But basically the whole line of breakfast sandwiches that you find in a fast food. But we try to use better ingredients. We use eggs and cheese and all that good stuff from First Burgers here. So we find that their ingredients are higher quality.
You
Yes,
have French press options and pour-over options once you open.
once we open, I would love to do that, yes. Even at our Fremont store, it is a grab-and-go type environment. It's a full cafe. Wow, it's full sit-down cafe. But since we're in the outlet mall, people are there to shop. And coming off the highway, just travelers, it's mostly like 99% grab-and-go coffee. So we don't do the slow pours there either. But here, yes, that would be, it's something that we really want to look forward to, yes. It does, it does. Being up there on the lakes in the summertime, it just goes gangbusters, yeah.
If I can make a recommendation that next time you come back, bring some free samples.
I didn't think you'd be drinking coffee, otherwise we would have gotten a hold of everybody
Yeah.
and we would have had the coffee in the pitchers, yes. Yes. I apologize. Next time, if you'll have us back.
How does it compare to like a Starbucks, you know, as far as price and or?
We're actually a little lower than Starbucks, aren't we?
I mean, I remember when a bottle of water became more expensive than a can of pop, and we thought, that's never gonna work. Now if you go get an espresso latte with some almond joy flavor, it's the same price as a martini.
Yeah.
And it
How
sells.
would you know that?
Well, you know, just saying.
We try to keep the prices reasonable. We always have. One of the things we try not to do is nickel and dime people to death. If anyone's been to a specialty coffee shop lately, you look at the menu and you go, yeah, I'll have that. And then, you know, $10 above that sticker price later, what happened? Oh, well, you got some flavor and you got some half and half and you got some of this and you got some of that. And we don't do that. We say, this is what you're gonna get, and then if you want extra, then it might cost a little more, but we definitely want to give more value than the amount of money that we're getting in return. That's always been my personal goal with the business, is for people to walk away thinking, this is good and it was worth it. It was worth what I paid for it. So if you come by, I guess you can give me your opinion. Bring the martini.
Bring a martini.
I'll trade you. Any other questions?